Hi everybody, June here from Red Daisy Crafts, coming to you on Monday, which is not the usual day. So with the day yesterday, we decided it would be better to just switch the day. So here I am on a Monday morning, and it's 10 a.m. here in Texas, and I'm so glad to have you with us today. We're going to be doing some paper pumpkin alternates today. And please, if you are watching, please leave a message. Or if you're going to come back later and do the replay, please also leave me a comment and let me know that you were here. So I have a few projects today, so I'm going to go ahead and give you a couple of reminders and then we'll get busy. So today is the 10th of April, so today's the last day for you to sign up for the April paper pumpkin. And I will put a link in the comments below whenever the video's over. I put a few comments already in the description. Hey Wanda, great to see you. And thanks for joining today. So it's the last day. There's an exciting piece to this, is that each of the boxes will include a little divider that fits inside of your paper pumpkin box so that you can, sort some of your stuff. So I'm excited to get that. And I know all of you are too. So let's go ahead and I will turn you down to the table and we will get started. There we go. All right, I have a few things today, and they are in no particular order, but I've put together a few elements and I thought we'd put together some stuff. A few different card layouts. So this is a 4¼ by 11-inch piece of cardstock, and it's scored at 5½ inches. And then I used some of the shimmer paper from the In Colors for 22 through 24 that we're going to use on here. And then I'm also using a piece of Coastal Cabana, and I do not know the measurements for this, and I do not see a ruler handy. Sorry about that. But I can certainly include the measurements if we need to later. And then I've trimmed down the card base that includes yes, Wanda, I am too looking forward to that divider element. I think that it will be pretty handy to have, especially when I take my paper pumpkins on the road. So I cut the card base down, and I'm pretty close. You can see I'm pretty close to the edge of the image that's on there. And so literally I cut that Coastal Cabana basically 1/4 inch larger. And then I have I have a pot and a few of the leaf elements, and we're going to put a happy birthday on here. So let's put this together. So here we go. I need to trim this down to 5½ inches, because I realized I did not get that trimmed yesterday when I was getting all of this ready. Did you have a good Easter? I hope everybody had a nice Easter with your family and celebrated, and that the Easter Bunny visited, and y'all got good yummy treats in your Easter baskets. So I'm putting this edge to edge right up against that side of the card, and this paper, it's hard to know what kind of adhesive you want to use for it. So I am going to use the green multi-liquid glue from Tombow, but I'm going to do it very lightly. Okay, so as you can see, I'm just doing very lightly on here, and hopefully it won't make a bunch of warped lines or anything, because I'm gonna also get my bone folder out and I'm gonna smooth it out to try and get rid of any of the lines that the glue might be giving. And so that just takes care of the potential of that. So hopefully that'll keep that from happening. Then I'm going to layer the window piece to the Coastal Cabana piece, and we will get this put down, and I am going to raise that up a little bit with dimensionals just to give a little extra layer to the card itself. So I am not, gonna put a ton of these on. I just want to raise it up a tiny bit, and so I'm not covering the back by any means. So I am using some of the large dimensionals that come from the catalog, and that and then I'm gonna center this on the card front. There we go. And get rid of these because they get in my way. And then we're gonna glue some of these elements. So we're gonna put the happy right up here at the top. So I'm just gonna put a few little dots on here periodically, and then we'll put this down, and hopefully can do it without being too messy. There we go. Might be the one and only time I've done this without getting glue on top of it. You had a lovely Easter, Wanda, with your daughter and her family. Oh, that's so nice. Oh, you had 2 meals. That's so nice. It's always fun to get together with family. Hey, Susan, thanks for watching today. I haven't used this glimmer paper either very much. And I came across it because I'm trying to do some work in my room and, kind of get ready for some new items coming. And I came across it and I was like, oh, this is a color in the current paper pumpkin. I'm going to get it out and see how I can use it. So we're going to use another piece in a moment as well, but I think it added a nice little shimmer to this, and not too much because we already have the gold elements and everything. So I think it's going to be nice. You'll have to let me know what you think. And so now I'm going to put these branches down. I have to be careful because this one comes out so far. I don't want it to go past the edge of the card. And now this one. Have y'all been playing with your March paper pumpkin yet? Or you still working on other stuff? What have you been creating this week? And so I'm also putting down this Orchid Oasis, primarily Orchid Oasis branch as well. And then we're going to put this pot down, and I'm going to put it with dimensionals. So let's see. I've gotten to the bottom of this one, so I am going to cut some of these edges off to use. You know, you don't want to waste any bit of it. Don't waste those dimensionals, y'all. They're handy till they're gone completely. And so this is gonna bring this pot right there. And there we have it. Oh, we have to add the happy birthday. I need some dimensionals for that. Let's see, I think this will work. And move that out of the way. You made some Easter cards, Wanda? You put your paper pumpkin aside. Yeah, sometimes we have to do that. All right, so I think I'm going to place it up here. And there we have it. A nice happy birthday card, a good space for you to write a note in. And so I just love the shimmery paper. It's very nice. I don't know if you can get a good feel for it on screen, but it's really, really fun. All right, so let me bring in the next one that I put together. So again, I'm using some of the shimmer paper, and I also came across one of these little vellum doilies from another kit while I was doing some clean out, and I need to trim this just slightly. Or wait, I think I did this already. Let me just confirm. Because yesterday when I was planning the, okay, I did. All right. Yesterday when I was kind of planning this out, I hadn't completely pulled that into, it was sticking off the edge. So thank you, Wanda. I'm glad you like it. Yeah, I just kind of wanted to bring y'all some other ideas to use with the paper pumpkin. You know, there's going to be a few different things going on. And because like I said, I was doing some clean out, and it gave me a chance to come across some things that I thought, oh, I could throw this in and we'll see how this goes. All right, this is not going edge to edge. And there is a little bit of the triangle that is kind of sticking out past it, and I'm going to use the bone folder again. I may try to trim that off, but I just want to try and smooth some of this glue out. I've made it really thin, so maybe it won't cause any warping. So I'm just going to go under here. I think I am. No, I'm not. I'm not going to worry about it. Okay, because it's going to be hidden. All right. This is, or it's not going to be hidden. It's just not going to be the focal point of the card. So I at least want a couple of those dots to show. So I think I'm going to put it a little bit off center. So let's put our bookshelf down. And what I did was I trimmed this down to the bookshelf for this, and then I'm matting it on a piece of basic white. And again, I just cut the basic white to the size that was needed for the bookshelf. I suppose when everybody cuts theirs out, it might be slightly different size. So I don't want to predict the measurements. I really do want to cut this. So maybe I can get this off of here. There we go. Just had to think about how to go about that. Voila. Okay, all better. So this is going to go down again. Like I said, I want to show some of these dots over here. So let's put our branches and pots on first. Oh, this is going to go down here also. Let's see. It's going to go right in this corner. Yeah, I know I've got a lot going on here, but this reminded me of sort of like carpet. And so I was thinking like your bookshelf is standing on some carpet. That's what made me think of this. I know that sounds really crazy. And you might be laughing right now. Oh, you're crafting with me today? That's fantastic. I love it. I love it. And so you can just laugh along with me because of my comment. But that's what this reminds me of. All right, so I'm putting this down here in this corner, and I just put some glue dots there to hold it in place. There we go. All right, so now let's put our branches on the card, and they're gonna go in this space. And just try not to get too much glue. There we go. And then we have another one. I think this is my favorite branch or leaves out of this whole set. It's very delicate, but I like the coloring and the gold that's in it. I just think it's really beautiful. Then I am going to layer on another one of those Orchid Oasis or leaves, I guess. Feel like I'm calling things the wrong things today. I don't know if it's wrong, but all right. So kind of put them a little bit over too far, didn't I? Well, if I put that there and put this one next to it. Actually, I could put this all the way down. Yeah. All right. I'm having some issues with my layout, and I can see now that I am not on the screen, so I apologize. So I have my little layout. It's over quite a bit. So I'm going to just put this pot all the way down to the bottom of it, so it looks like it's almost sitting in front of the bookcase. And I was planning to put this one on, but I'm going to put it on the bookcase with the little flower coming out of it. So I'm going to put this down first, and if I get the right side here, so this is going to go on the bookshelf like that, and then this little guy, oops, gonna put him right here. There we go. And then this little pot's gonna go right on top of there with the dimensional. So I have a couple of them here, little pieces. You're sorting and cutting cardstock? Oh, wow, you're very busy today. And I'm actually on a bit of a vacation. Oh gosh, I'm totally out of the screen. Um, I am on vacation this week, and later today I am heading off to see my family, my sister and my cousin that is visiting. And so this is going to go on there. We're going to put this up with some dimensionals. And uh, so I'm heading off. I'm leaving my husband at home and I'm driving over to Corpus for a visit with my sister and my cousin that's visiting from Buffalo. And just looking forward to hanging out with them for a few days. So I got a bunch of crafty things together to take. I am, you know, I'm the crafty one, so I just always show up with all my stuff. And so I think it'll be a lot of fun. My cousin has not visited us before from New York, and she her couple of her granddaughters. And so we're going to get to know them and have some fun crafting with those ladies. All right, so that's the front. And I don't know if you can see, but I just really like this little element down here. And anyway, made kind of a fun card. I guess the white and polka dots kind of got lost behind there, but that's okay. It was a part of the process, I guess. So on the inside, I have a piece of the crumb cake, and I kind of tore off an edge of the basic white just to give it a little bit of flair. I don't need both of the pieces because it's going down on crumb cake, but I like the layered look. I like how it looks when it's layered like that. So this is going to go right here on the inside. And so maybe it's going to make my card weigh a little more than I want, but I guess I really just want the card to look how I want it to look as opposed to worrying about the postage. So there we have it. So there's the inside of the card. I can write a note. You can see I've left this blank. This is just, it can be for anything. Thinking of you, just someone to write you a little note and a letter. So I'm keeping it super simple. But I just really like the few elements that we added in. So again, the crumb cake was 4¼ by 11, scored at 5½. I cut, this is 2½ inches by 5¼ and then I had that little vellum sheet. So very simple little card to show you today. So the next thing I have, I thought these were so fun. I came across some bookmarks I had cut, and this is Starry Sky, I believe. And I thought, oh, these are so fun. And I have Orchid Oasis ribbon to put on them. And so I thought, well, we're just going to make a few little bookmarks that I can stick in a card or whatever. They're just little dainty little things. Who doesn't need a bookmark? I still say they're still things we use. We may not read as much, but I still love to stick a bookmark in a magazine or, whatever it is. So let's see if I could get this placement right. I think this is about right. And so I thought it would be fun to make these bookmarks. So we're just going to do one on screen and let you see what it looks like, but I just think they're so pretty. Um, and I hope you like it. And I hope you like the idea and that it's going to serve you. You know, you're going to see in a moment, I'm going to use one of these bookmarks on a card front. So that's always fun too. So there we have it. Now I'm going to take a few, lots of string here off this ribbon. This ribbon is the metallic woven ribbon, and this is currently, well, I assume it's currently available. To be honest, I did not check that before we went on live, so I hope that it is. And but I like the idea of putting a lot of strings for this, and so I'm just pushing. I made 3 pretty long strings, so pieces of ribbon, and then I'm just looping them around so I have a nice fun little tassel on the end. And then I'm gonna put this down, and I'm gluing all of this because, you know, with a bookmark you don't want it to be snagging on things, and just makes it a lot easier. So just a simple little, and this was off the envelope. I'm sorry, I had glued this down yesterday when I got this idea. But just a cute little bookmark to make, and fun little frilly ribbon on it. It's just really cute. And then I also put together these elements. I won't make it now because we don't need to take up time, but you know, just I had put together some other elements to make a second one. So the next thing I have is I made this card. I want to show you. This is, again, I'm using this shimmery paper. You can kind of see it. And this is what made me think about kind of smoothing it out with the bone folder, is I do see a few little wrinkles here, but I cut a piece off of the envelope for the bottom, and then I used the little labels that come in the kit and stamped some of the polka dot design on them. And then this is a piece of basic gray and basic white, but I'm using watercolor paper to watercolor those beautiful flowers and the stamps that came in the kit. And then I'm just saying, you deserve the best. And inside, I just put a little bit more of that shimmer paper and a little thing to be able to write a note. So I thought we would create this together, but we would do it in the fresh freesia. So there is some stamping to this, and so I think because of timing and stuff, we should get that going, because this is going to take a little bit longer just because of the coloring. Now I am using StazOn. Oh, I just made a mess on my table. I'm using the StazOn ink because I am going to color these flowers in with the ink from the stamps, the ink pads. Okay. And so you need StazOn if you're going to use the ink from the ink pads or markers or things like that. So I'm going to huff on there, and I'm just going to press this down. It's going to be not entirely on this piece, but it's going to show like that. So so we're going to color that, and which I don't know if you guys do much coloring, but I enjoy it. And so we're going to use the Fresh Freesia ink. So I'm just pressing into my ink pad like this, just to get ink on the ceiling of the lid, basically. And so this is the flowers we colored, or I colored to make my example. So I'm just gonna lay this right here. Just get this out of the way. We don't need that. And then I'm using one of the blender pens to do this. And so I am keeping it really simple, okay? And I'm just coloring in the center with the harshest tones. And then I'm just bringing it out so it gets lighter and lighter as we go. And I turn this, and you don't want to go over. Now I'm using watercolor paper, but you don't want to keep going over and over it, because basically, you know, you can wear the paper down. But this is just a fun way to put some color onto your image. So I like this. Sometimes I use the blender pens, probably use them more often, but these just look like they were more delicate, and that I could do it with the blender pen. So again, I'm just starting in the center, and then I'm pushing the color out till it kind of fades a little bit out of the pen that I'm using, so that I don't have the harsh color all the way to the edge of the petals of the flowers. So do you guys like to color or do any type of coloring, or not so much? I like watercoloring quite a bit. I don't do it very often, but I thought it would be a nice change for us to do a little bit of coloring. So just giving you another idea, these blender pens are available in the catalog, and I think they're pretty neat, because I'm going to show you how. There's one petal, it's behind here, so I want to get this a little darker because it's tucked in the back, and so I want that to look like it's behind there. And then there's a couple more of these buds that haven't opened up, and so just kind of coming back in and coloring these. But here's the neatest thing about the blender pen is, I think that's all we need on that, is literally you can now color this out, and the ink is going to go out of this, and you can just keep using this. So it's kind of like a little foam tip, but there's water. It's kept moist. Oh, you like to color, Susan? I do too. Yeah, I'm the same. I don't stop to do it, but I don't know, the stamp set in there just really said, like, you've got to do something and color these flowers. So I just decided we had to do a little watercoloring. So now I'm going to come in with the shaded spruce, and I have from the other one, I'm gonna see if I can get it a little lighter than I had it yesterday, because it was so potent. But again, I'm just coming into the edge and trying to get a little tone change as I move these out. And so I'm just staying here in this less inky area. And well, I have all the unofficial artistic terms to share with you because I am not official by any means. You know, so see if I can bring in some little shading to this. All right, so then again, you can just, I think this is my favorite part about these pens is that they just make things so easy. So I didn't have to get like a little water out and fill my water painter and all that kind of a thing. You know, it just made it a lot easier. You like the blender pens do work really well with the color pencils. And, you know, that was really my plan, but then I couldn't find my color pencils. So I improvised because I do love that you can use these with the ink. So yes, these are really good with color pencils. They're here. I just, I've misplaced them. So there's our image. And I think, you know, it came out pretty good. Little bit of highlighting, you know, not too bad, not too bad. So we can now put our card together. And we have our design here. Oh, I have one more thing to stamp. I want to do the same thing. And we're going to have to cut the envelope for the base. So we need our fresh freesia back to do the polka dots on here. I'll move that out of the way so it can dry up. And so all I did was I did these diagonally across. And just put them all over randomly on. Oh my gosh, are you not even seeing this? It's so hard to see because this tag is white on the white paper. So this is what I am doing. I just stamped all those little dots onto that label. So I'm gonna scoot this aside for the moment and get the trimmer up here. So I'm gonna need an envelope piece. So let's see, get that right there. You know, it's kind of sad that these envelopes are that's the only colored decorative piece, because basically yeah, it's kind of wasting the whole envelope. That's too bad, right? So now I want this to be 4 inches. Is that what I wanted? What did I do? Did it go all the way? No, 4 inches. And then I'm gonna get rid of this edge. So I'm keeping as much of it as I can. So that's how deep it ends up being. So see, just as long as it's 4 inches wide for the card, I'm fine to go with that. So that's gonna go on the card base down here. And then this is gonna go up here. These are going to get layered up just like that. And then where's my polka dots? So I have to trim this up just like that. And we're going to put these together. So super simple, right? I did tie some twine around it. Let's see, here it is, my twine. So I have that handy. And then we can put this together. So I do not often get out watercolor paper and use it, but like I said, the stamp set seemed to call to it, that it was just needed. And so that's what I did. So I hope you liked it. And now we'll put this down on here, and that'll take care of that. Now I am contemplating whether or not, I think I'm going to use a piece of fresh freesia to tie a bow. Around this part. All right. Yeah, I think that's a good idea. If I can get my fingers to work, right? All right, let's now fix this up. There we go. Just a little bit of difference. All right. So Susan, are you crafting today? What are you up to? Love to know what you're creating this week. All right, just like that. I'm gonna foam folder, do that a little bit, push this down, and if you are watching and you want to leave a comment, I would love to know you're here and where you're watching from. I love it when I have folks tune in while I'm live. It's great to have you here, and appreciate that so much. Then this is going to go on to here like this, and but first I've got to put this in here. So I used some glue dots for this just because it was easier for me to get the placement of it. So I'm just putting this under here like that, and then I'll do this one. Feel like I'm a little messy today, but we have a few more things to do, so I wanted to try and move it along as quickly as possible. There we go. So now that just goes on here like this. And I think I might put this on with dimensionals. So just to be a little bit different from what we did with the other one. So what do you think? Do you like that glimmer paper? I think it's really pretty. And in a lot of ways, I'm just like celebrating, you know, that fresh freesia is staying with us. I'm just so happy about that. There were some that I was sad about, leaving, but mostly I'm sad about Evening Evergreen. That's my favorite, but we are getting pretty peacocks, so I think, not a bad trade, I would say. So just do this inside really quick. Just adding this to the bottom of this page, and just to give a little bit of extra fun on the inside when you open the card. And then we can finish this one up and move to the next project. So I didn't put I did not put a sentiment. I don't know what sentiment I want on this, and so I'm going to wait. But I could still add it right here, just like this one. So they came out really nice, I think. I hope you like them. All right, so now let's see. I have another card that I kind of started. And so again, I mentioned to you about the bookmark. And so I don't know if you can see here, but I have like a torn piece off that I glued onto the back. And so you can see this is longer. So I just kind of tore this off, and then I flipped it over and glued it to the back just to give a little extra dimension to the element that we're going to add to the front. And those leaves are going to go on there with the pot. And so this is the card front that, or the card base, I guess, that came in the kit. So the polka dots, and I trimmed off, I measured this because I wanted it to come almost all the way across the card. And so I just trimmed off a little piece here. So we're going to glue this down, and then this is going to kind of come in and go over it. And then we're going to stamp a sentiment to go right there with it. So really simple. All I'm adding pretty much is a piece of the starry sky. So let's just get that put together. And I'm just kind of putting this pretty low towards the bottom, and I don't want this to go past that edge. I want to be flush with the card edge. So flush with the card edge. Then this is going to come in and go over it right here, and I'm just kind of putting it off to the diagonal because I want to be able to put, a sentiment down here. So yeah. All right. So let's put our leaves on. Pretty sure I got way too much glue on that. So we're going to be delicate with it, not do too much smushing. And then let me get this one. Ooh, I'm going to lose one. Okay. Now this one is this pot's going to go right on there. like that. And so there we have it. Now, we need to stamp something on here. So I have out, You Deserve the Best. So I'm going to use, I think I'm going to use the shaded spruce for this. And put that right on here. Oh, I'm getting my head in there. Sorry. There we go. All right. So then we're going to put this on with some dimensionals. And let me just use up this one. I'm using up these little ones. I have no idea how I did that. I'm learning new things, people. That is too funny. I didn't know it. Look, I didn't know that I could click these things on my screen and they would pop up on there just like that. Ah, new things all the time. Love learning new things, especially when they're a surprise. So I'm having a lot of fun putting these projects together today with you. And don't forget, today is the last day to get your paper pumpkin for April. And so I'm kind of looking forward to that. And next week, because there's a chance I won't have my paper pumpkin by Sunday, I am going to do I'm gonna have to double one of these. I was going to do a kit for you guys. There's the new kaleidoscope kit, and so I was going to show that to you guys next week, and I think that will be a lot of fun. So here we go. There's our, I guess, our fourth project today. We've gotten through 4 things today, and I do have more, but I see we've already gone an hour. Maybe I'll hold these for next week and do a couple more with you guys next week. So that's what I'll do. I'll hold them for next week, and show you guys also the kit. So today we were able to make 4 projects, and so this card and this card, which was, also made after that one. We made a bookmark, which kind of matches that. We made this crumb cake card and a basic white with the positively pink. Am I got that right? Polished pink. Oh my gosh. It's been around for 2 years and I'm still calling it the wrong name. Thank you. Thank you. Yes, I am so happy for you two to both be with me today. And I thank everybody that's watching and that continues to watch. And I appreciate y'all so much. So until next Sunday, I will bring back. I think I still have 2 or 3 that I didn't get to today. I was crazy yesterday making projects, getting things ready for today. So I'll post some pictures and in the group. And I hope that y'all have a great rest of your week. And it was fun to spend a Monday with you. I don't get to do that very often. So have a great day. Bye.